Kristen. I'm a mom, which means that most days I'm running on coffee and dry shampoo and hope. I love feeling put together, but I just don't have time for a big routine anymore. I talked myself out of starting a YouTube channel for the longest time because I was like, I just don't have time to get ready and look cute. But then I was like, truly, nobody cares. I feel like a lot of people are probably in the same stage of life as me. So if these videos help someone, then it's worth looking disheveled on the internet. Over the past couple of years, I've found a few beauty things that actually make a difference. They're quick and they're easy, but they make you feel just a little bit more like yourself when you're running on no sleep and have no time to get ready. I rounded up my top 10 recommendations from makeup to hair to body, and I figured I'd share in case anyone is in the same boat. Okay, so the first product is my #1 recommendation. If you are pregnant or postpartum or just have really bad dark circles under your eyes, get this product. I feel like I've tried every color corrector concealer product out there, and this one is by far the best. I bought it for the first time when I was pregnant with my daughter, and then I rebought it when I was pregnant this time around. This is the Charlotte Tilbury, the name rubbed off, so let me look it up. Magic Vanish Color Corrector, and I have the shade 2 Medium. The texture is what sets this apart from any other corrector that I've tried. It's a little bit drier than most, but I love that because it stays in place. It doesn't slip around your under eye area. This one is kind of a peachy shade, which I don't normally go for, but it completely just erases your dark circles. It's phenomenal. Look at my under eyes and just imagine them being 10 times worse, and that's what they look like without this. So here is a little swatch of that color so you can see. Again, that's the shade 2. They also have a fair shade that's a little bit lighter, but this one does a better job for me at canceling out those dark areas. This also doesn't look too dry or crepey. I am in my 30s, so I have to be a lot more careful now about what products I'm putting right under my eyes, and I have no issues with this whatsoever. This is kind of a small container, but you just have to use the tiniest amount. So I think this first one lasted me would have been 1.5 years, and by that point I was pregnant again, so I had to rebuy it anyways. Okay, next, sticking with the under eye trend, this is the Ole Henriksen Banana Bright Eye Cream. I know a lot of people say eye creams really don't make a difference, so this might be a placebo effect for me, but I just like how hydrated this makes my under eye area, and I do think it brightens it just a little bit. Nothing like super noticeable, but enough for me to want to continue buying the product and using it every day. It's got kind of a yellow color to it with some little like brightening reflex in there. I don't know if you can see that. This is also the second time I've purchased this product as well. I bought it again for the first time when I was pregnant with my daughter, and then I repurchased it like 6 months ago in preparation for this baby. It's one of those steps that just takes 2 seconds to do, but it just makes you feel more awake and alert and alive. I have been interested in trying those little silicone under eye patches that you put in the refrigerator and can reuse, but they're pricey. So if there is a certain brand that you recommend that's actually worth it, let me know because I would love to try something like that out. Okay, next, I know these have gone super viral. This is the Sachu, I don't know how to pronounce that, but the lip liner stain. I have the shade 01 Nude, and I'll do a swatch of this on my hand and let it dry, and I'll peel it off once it's dry so you can see the color. This is just perfect for every day. Funny story about this, I packed this in my hospital bag so that I could get ready the next day after having a baby. And I just packed a couple of products that would just make me feel a little bit more like myself. And I got to this step in my makeup routine and I put this on. You have to let it sit for like 10 minutes, and it's a dark color when you put it on. So it looks like you have black all over your lips. And as soon as I put it on, I was like, I know somebody is gonna walk in this room, because if you've had a baby, you know that someone is in your hospital room every 5 seconds to check on things. And I absolutely called it. The second I had this all over my lips, a nurse walked in, and it was one of the nurses that wasn't like super friendly, so she wasn't gonna joke around about it. So she just walked in, stared at me, did like this 5-second just stare down, and then didn't say a word and just said, I need to take your blood pressure. So then I went into that awkwardness of being like, this is not the end result. I'm gonna peel this off and it's gonna look normal. If she didn't know what this was, she probably thought I was just putting on some black lip liner for my hospital stay. So anyway, you put this on your lips, wait 10 minutes, peel it off, and then the color stays on your lips after, and you do not have to reapply it throughout the day. It will stay put. They have a bunch of colors in this, but the nude one was my favorite for just an everyday look. So again, this is what it looks like when you apply it. You wait like 10 minutes and then just peel it off, and you're left with the nude color underneath. I love that color. It's a good neutral. It's not too warm, it's not too cool. It'll just go with anything. Okay, recommendation number 4 is any sort of lip and cheek tint that you can use as kind of an all-in-one product. I always talk about the Road Blushes. It's so funny, this is a brand that I had no interest in for the longest time, and then they came to Sephora and I was like, oh, I'll try it and just see. And now I have like every shade of every product. I'm obsessed. So this is in the shade Piggy. It's the cool toned pink one. I have this on my cheeks and my lips today, so it's just an easy all-in-one product. I used Benetint for the longest time before this, so just any product that you can swipe on your cheeks, swipe on your lips, and just call it a day is great. Okay, I know I've mentioned this before in another video, but this is the L'Oreal Lumi Glotion. I have the shade Light Glow 902. I don't wear a foundation every day anymore, but I wear this almost every day, whether or not I'm wearing foundation, and it just gives a really pretty, healthy looking glow. I like this lighter shade because it's not as orangey warm toned, but it just has a really nice lightweight consistency that feels good on your skin and just makes you look healthy. All right, next up is any sort of portable hand sanitizer for your purse, for your diaper bag, for every square inch of your home. This is the Touchland one, which I held off on getting for the longest time because they're expensive. $10 for a little hand sanitizer is kind of pricey, but I had points at Sephora for $10 off a purchase, and this was $10. So girl math, it was free. Could I have used that $10 off on something else? Sure, but I used that as an excuse to try this out and see if it's good. It is good. I'll probably look into different ways that you can refill this rather than continuing to rebuy them because, again, $10 for one of these is kind of a lot, and when you're going through it as fast as I go through hand sanitizer, I would be repurchasing this quite a bit. So any sort of little hand sanitizer like this that you can just throw in your purse and not have to worry about it squeezing out everywhere is great. This one, if you're curious, is in the watermelon scent, and I would rate it like a 9 out of 10. I love watermelon scents. I love artificial watermelon scents, and that's what this one smells like. It reminds me of something from the 90s that I can't pinpoint, but I like this. Okay, the next product my mom actually got me when I was pregnant with my daughter, and I have since gone through, I think this is my 4th bottle of this, and I have backups, so I love this. This is the Capri Blue Volcano Dry Shampoo. I love all things volcano. I have the candles, I have the room spray, the lotion, the hair mist, and the dry shampoo. It's a non-aerosol formula if that's something that you're conscious about, but it's just good. I apply this in the evening before I go to bed. I just pump it all over my hair. It's like a white powder. I don't know if you can see that, but it's a powder formula and it has that awesome volcano scent. So I will just spray this all around my roots at night. I do not touch it. I just spray it and I let it sit overnight. And then in the morning, I'll like shake it out. And I really love this. I try and only wash my hair like every other day or every 2 days. So this gets me through in the meantime. You get 16 grams of product. One of these probably lasts me like 3 or 4 months. So pretty good, love that. Sticking with the hair theme, I have a giant claw clip. This one is the Teletize claw clip. I got it on Amazon and I was looking for a claw clip that would hold all of my hair. Since my hair is pretty long, it's hard to find a clip that will hold it all up without it falling out. This one is not perfect for that. I feel like I need something just a little bit wider than this with a little bit more grip, but it's the best one that I've tried. But just any sort of jumbo claw clip. If you are a mom, you probably have kids pulling at your hair all the time, or at least I do. So I keep these everywhere, in the car, by the bedside table, in my purse, in the diaper bag, in the swim bag, everywhere. It's also cute enough that I don't feel like I've given up completely. Okay, I have one more hair recommendation. This is recommendation number 9. And I actually don't know what brand this is. Let's see if it says. Silk in Love. So this is a little heatless curl set. They have a million of these options on Amazon, or I like this brand if you wanted to look into Silk in Love. It is 100% silk. But the thing that I like most is that this is a 1.25 inch ferrule, whatever you would call this. So the curls it gives are a little bit more loose and just relaxed. Heatless curls have never worked for me in the traditional way where you kind of put the tool like this and then wrap your hair around on both sides. I like the unicorn method. So if you haven't tried that and heatless curls haven't worked for you, look up the unicorn method. It's basically where you do it like this and you wrap the hair to the back into one section. So I will do this on dry hair and then spray it down with some water until it's damp and then put my silk bonnet on top. I go to bed looking atrocious, but I don't have to get ready the next day. So it saves a lot of time. And that method, the unicorn method on dry hair and spraying it down until it's damp, is the way that I've found works best for me in actually getting the curls to look like curls and last the next day. Okay, we made it to recommendation number 10, and that is the Tree Hut body scrubs. I've tried most of the scents they have, and I've liked most of them as well. These are two of my favorites right now. This one is the Tropic Glow, right? Yeah, Tropic Glow, and then this one is Raspberry Fizz. They're very abrasive, so I don't think that everyone would love these, but I love how abrasive they are. Makes me feel like a whole new person. And since having 2 little kids, shower time is not luxurious or relaxing at all. I have approximately 3 minutes and 21 seconds to get in and out. So this is a step that I can do that takes no time, but makes me feel a lot better. Okay, so those are all of the products that help me feel more like myself on busy days. I would love to know your must-haves too. Please leave them in the comments so we can all share ideas. And if this was helpful, I'd love if you'd subscribe so that we can figure out this whole mom beauty thing together. Bye.